Ever wondered how to get the best bang for your buck when acquiring a new car? A question that has undoubtedly crossed your mind at some point. Today, we're here to shed light on this conundrum. We'll explore the three main avenues you can take: buying, leasing, and financing a car. Each path has its unique set of benefits and drawbacks, and understanding these can help you make an informed decision. So buckle up, folks, and stay tuned as we delve into the pros and cons of each alternative. Buying a car outright, a dream for many, but is it the best option for you? Let's delve into the world of outright car purchases and explore the pros and cons. Imagine this scenario. You've just driven off the dealership lot in your brand new car. You own it, it's yours, no strings attached. That freedom, my friends, is one of the biggest advantages of buying a car outright. You're not bound by any mileage restrictions, which is a major perk if you're someone who loves long road trips or has a lengthy daily commute. Now, let's talk about another pro: potential for resale. As the outright owner, you can sell the car whenever you want. If your needs or preferences change, you can sell your car and use the money to buy a new one. It's all in your hands. But as with anything in life, buying a car outright is not just rainbows and butterflies. It comes with its fair share of cons. The most obvious one is the large upfront cost. Cars aren't cheap, and not everyone has the financial means to pay for one in full right off the bat. And then there's depreciation. The moment you drive your new car off the lot, its value starts to drop. In fact, most cars lose about 20% of their value in the first year alone. So if you buy a new car and decide to sell it a few years later, you'll likely get a lot less than what you originally paid. Lastly, when you buy a car outright, you also assume all the risk. If the car breaks down or gets into an accident, it's on you to cover the cost of repairs or replacement. So, buying a car may seem straightforward, but it comes with its own set of challenges. It's all about weighing the pros and cons and deciding what works best for your lifestyle and financial situation. Remember, the best decision is an informed one. Scene script: leasing a car, the freedom of a new ride without the commitment, but what's the catch? Well, let's start with the good stuff. Leasing a car can mean lower monthly payments. That's right. You can slide into that shiny new ride and keep your wallet relatively happy. Plus, you're not tied down. A typical lease lasts for about 2 to 3 years, which means you can swap your wheels for the latest model more often than you change your phone. Now, isn't that a refreshing thought? But wait, there's more. With leasing, you're usually covered by a manufacturer's warranty for the duration of your lease. That means if your new Chariot decides to throw a tantrum, you're not the one footing the bill for repairs. Sounds like a dream, right? But hold your horsepower, because it's not all smooth driving. Here's the thing: when you lease, you never actually own the car. You're essentially renting it, which can feel a bit like throwing money into a bottomless pit. Plus, leases often come with mileage restrictions. So, if you're planning on taking that cross-country road trip, you might want to think twice. Exceeding your mileage limit can lead to hefty fees, and we're not talking chump change here. And speaking of fees, there's also the potential for additional costs at the end of the lease. If your leased vehicle has more than normal wear and tear or damage, be prepared to cough up some extra cash. The bottom line: leasing can be a great way to always drive a new car, but it's not without its pitfalls. It's a bit like dating. It's fun, it's exciting, and it's great if you love trying out new things. But if you're looking for a long-term commitment, you might want to consider buying or financing. After all, who doesn't love the idea of owning their dream car outright? Remember, it's all about finding what works best for you and your lifestyle. So, buckle up, take the wheel, and make the decision that's right for you. Leasing can be a great way to always drive a new car, but it's not without its pitfalls. Financing a car, does it offer the best of both worlds? Let's dive into this, shall we? When you finance a car, you're essentially getting a loan to pay for the vehicle. This means you'll have the potential to own the car outright at the end of your loan term. No more monthly payments, no more worrying about mileage restrictions like you would with a lease. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, there's more to it. Financing also allows you to spread the cost of the car over a longer period of time. Instead of paying the full price up front, you're making monthly payments. This could make owning a car more affordable in the short term. Plus, if you're consistent with your payments, it can help you build credit. which can be beneficial for future financial endeavors. But we can't ignore the cons of car financing. First and foremost, financing usually means a higher overall cost. You're not just paying for the car, but also the interest on your loan. The longer the term of your loan, the more you'll end up paying in interest. And speaking of long-term, financing a car is a significant financial commitment. You're tied to those monthly payments for the duration of your loan term, which could be several years. If your financial situation changes during that time, you could find yourself in a tight spot. Remember, cars depreciate in value over time, so you might end up owing more on the loan than what the car is actually worth. This is known as being upside down on your loan, and it's a situation you want to avoid if possible. Also, consider maintenance costs. If the car breaks down or needs significant repairs, after the warranty period, you're on the hook for those costs even as you continue to make loan payments. Financing a car might seem like the perfect compromise, but it's not for everyone. It's crucial to weigh the pros and cons, consider your financial situation, and make an informed decision. After all, a car is a significant investment, and you want to make sure it's one that makes sense for you. So, what's the best option according to our accountant? Let's recap what we've discussed so far. Buying a new car, you're the boss. You can modify it, drive it into the ground, or sell it whenever you want, but it comes with a hefty price tag up front and the dreaded depreciation. The moment you drive off the lot, your shiny new ride loses a chunk of its value. Leasing, on the other hand, is like renting. You have lower monthly payments and always drive a recent model. But remember, you don't own the car, and mileage limits can be a real downer. And if you get too attached, you might end up paying more to buy it at the end of the lease than if you bought it outright. Financing sits somewhere in the middle. You'll own the car eventually, but with manageable monthly payments. It's a bit like having your cake and eating it too, but don't forget the interest. Over time, you could end up paying significantly more than the car's original price tag. So, what's the accountant's verdict? Well, it depends on your financial situation and lifestyle. If you have the cash and plan to keep the car for a long time, buying outright might be your best bet. But if you love the idea of always driving the latest model and don't mind never owning the car, leasing could be for you. Financing is a good middle ground, especially if you don't have the cash up front but want to own the car eventually. Just be mindful of the interest rates and ensure the monthly payments fit comfortably within your budget. In the end, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best option for you depends on a variety of factors, including your financial goals, lifestyle, and personal preferences. It's all about finding the balance between what you want now and what you'll need in the future. Remember, the best option depends on your personal situation and financial goals. So, armed with this information, are you ready to make a decision? As we've seen, there are several ways to go about acquiring a new car. Each option, buying, leasing, or financing, comes with its own set of benefits and considerations. When buying a car outright, you're looking at complete ownership, no mileage restrictions, and the freedom to customize your ride as you see fit. But remember, this method requires a significant upfront cost, and the value of your car will depreciate over time. Leasing, on the other hand, offers the opportunity to drive a new car every few years, usually with lower monthly payments compared to financing. However, you never own the car, and you'll have to keep an eye on those mileage limits and maintenance rules. Financing provides a middle ground. You'll eventually own the car, but without the hefty initial outlay. Just bear in mind the interest costs over time, and that you'll be responsible for the car's maintenance once the warranty expires. The best option? It truly depends on your financial situation and your personal goals. Take a moment to consider your budget, how long you plan to keep the car, and how much driving you'll be doing. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share this video with others who might be grappling with this decision. And of course, hit that subscribe button for more professional advice on everyday dilemmas.